An American nurse recently returned from West Africa has been released from quarantine. Casey Hickox was forcibly placed in isolation after returning to the United States earlier this month, although she didn't show any signs of Ebola at the time. New York, New Jersey, and Illinois now support controversial mandatory 21-day quarantines for health workers after they return to the United States, a move deemed excessive by the White House. North Carolina is instead adopting a 21-day monitoring system of those returning from West Africa. More updates this morning on the school shooting in Washington state. Details have emerged saying the shooter lured some of the victims to the cafeteria by text message, asking them to sit with him at lunch. He then opened fire, eventually turning the gun on himself. As of this morning, 2 are dead and 4 are in the hospital. Looking nationally, our allies are moving out. The last of British troops have left Afghanistan after a 13-year-long campaign in the country. A recent BBC poll found that 34% of Americans believe Afghanistan is now better off, with 20% saying the troops are leaving the country worse than it was in 2001. More than 400 British troops died in the conflict, with the American number coming in at more than 2,000 casualties. And with Election Day 1 week away, the North Carolina Senate race remains incredibly close. The latest NBC tracking poll has Kay Hagan and Tom Tillis in a dead heat, each polling at 43%. Tune in here on November 4th from 8 to 10 p.m., where we'll have live updates from the midterm elections throughout the night. With your wake-up call this morning, I'm Katie Marigny.